This is a dirty game, bro. And what I've always said is all is fair in love, war, and challenges, 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 and challenges.
Really good, pop stars. Welcome to another episode of Love, War, Challenges. I am MTV Malik. He is Tyler Louder. She is Becky at Gift Master Bex. And of course, we are joined by the one, the only, the Stan, the man, the myth, the legend, Antonio, aka the Bananas Defender. What's really good, gang? What's shaking with y'all? Tyler. You thought we was going right to you, Mr. I missed the episode to go play foosball. Yeah, okay. We're gonna start with Tyler. You sit there in your fucking corner. Okay. Tyler, how you doing, brother? You doing all right?
I'm doing all right, man. I'm doing good. Yeah.
Now, I don't want to hear from you either, Mr. 28 minutes
I'm really
late.
Happy Antonio's
Becky.
back, so we can just...
No.
Oh, man, that sucks.
Becky, how are you doing?
I'm doing good. See, I was on time. And I showed up to the last episode.
I was thinking about it, my dad. Okay, real quick, before we jump into the episode, today's episode is brought to you by Crown Royal Vanilla. Yes, it's half gone. Yes, I downed that shit while day drinking and watching the challenge. And this is going to be a fun one.
You skipped me.
That sounds really gross.
I'm sorry?
You skipped that. You didn't ask how I was doing.
Because you jumped in, like, out of turn, so you don't get a turn.
Yeah, exactly.
But I always jump in.
He said he doesn't want to hear from you, so you don't get talked about.
All right. How about this? First off, one, we're really sorry. We should be live right now, but Antonio's Wi-Fi just couldn't pull its weight.
Don't blame this shit on me.
It's on you.
Do not blame this shit on me.
We had no issues until you and your Wi-Fi came through. Yeah, I don't worry. I'm going to edit that.
It's Malik's fault.
Okay.
So
Antonio.
Yes, sir.
Looking like...
What did I do now?
Looking like the Italian Wolverine. What can we... How was you doing?
Nah, he has too much hair right here.
I mean, Wolverine.
Can you shave this by next week?
Yes, I'm shaving tomorrow.
So, you missed last week's episode.
Yes, I did.
Was it worth it?
Missing it? Missing the podcast, I genuinely missed. The episode, it could have waited a week. I mean, this season's gonna take a lot to get me to like it.
Yes, I'm sure everybody who listens to us greatly appreciates that. Before we go ahead and jump into the episode, I just want to give a big couple of shout outs. First shout out, always. Yo, what's up, gamer? We're shaking. 2, I wanted to say, make sure you visit shopthechallenge.com for all of your customizable challenge gear. We got everything you need. Also, go visit shop.lwcpodcast.com. Go ahead and support the pod to pick up your Love War Challenges gear. Also, wanted to start it off a little bit different. I wanted to kind of get into everything that's been going on behind the scenes, some Twitter stuff, some off-season stuff, before we go ahead and jump into the episode. Now, I'm not really cool with this kind of shit, so I tasked Becky, aka Gift Master Bex, with finding the shit. The two things that I could think of was Tori supposedly DMing Stans, and some shit with Wes and Anissa, and of course the Bear and Georgia drama. First off, I wanted to start with the Bear and Georgia drama. I just wanted to say, hey, I Love War Challenges podcast. We believe women. We don't require women supply all of the massive amount of evidence that is required for them in order to be believed. We start off with the belief that women are telling the truth. That's what we do over here. I don't know what they're doing over on that side, but let's start off with that. Becky?
I mean, that basically seems to stem from Bear releasing a supposed sex tape with Georgia on it without her knowledge. She found out by basically people supplying her with, like, he would show it off. Like, I guess he would show everybody, look at this video of me and Georgia. And then that got back to Georgia. And then it eventually got uploaded to his OnlyFans. So I know that Georgia was threatening legal action. Whether or not that has been pushed through, we don't know. It looks like Bear actually tried to deny that it was Georgia at all. But Georgia said she saw the video and did identify herself. So with that whole situation, it's more like revenge porn, which is actually a pretty hefty not only a fine, but also jail time if this is something that actually goes to court and he gets convicted for it. Whether or not Georgia's actually going to continue that is unknown, because Bear had a mental breakdown on Instagram Live a couple weeks ago.
When she said mental breakdown, I am definitely doing air quotes. Let's go ahead and bring somebody else in. Antonio, you're a fucking tool. Do you think that Georgia... Do you think that Georgia needs to supply all of the authorities with mass amounts of evidence before we should even think about believing her for Mr. TV Gold?
All right, fuck you.
Yeah, his other favorite character.
I'm heavily regretting calling Bear TV Gold right now. As people know, in past seasons, I love both Georgia and Bear equally. Maybe Georgia a little bit more because Georgia is my future wife. She doesn't know that yet, but down the line,
chicks. You're like, yeah, I love her really equally, but Georgia has a nice pair of tits.
Fuck you. No, but I believe Georgia just because of just seeing how Bear acts on TV itself. I can only imagine his personality off camera, and just the way he is, I can see him being, a person to do something like that. So I believe Georgia 100%.
Okay. The thing about it is, I don't think anybody doesn't believe her. If Bear is, don't get me wrong, I'm not out here just needing to cancel somebody, even though I do believe Georgia. I do believe that that's a shitty thing to do. We don't support that at all. And he should be strung up by the balls. It's not that hard to say. It's not that hard to get behind.
I mean, here's the situation. Even if it wasn't Georgia, even if it was some other random chick that he uploaded this video on his OnlyFans, it's also still releasing a video of another person without their consent. And that's in itself wrong. He treats women like trash. I mean, if you've seen the way he does his videos, he'll grab women, he insults them, he's not a good guy when it comes to women. Whether or not he's different when he's in a relationship, from what we look at, doesn't look like that's the case either. But yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, I never liked Bear. He always gave me that creepy uncle vibe. So, I mean, the one that you really don't want to be left alone in a room with, that's what he always gives me the heebie-jeebies. So I believe Georgia. I'm also not a fan of Georgia's either. I'm not persuaded by her looks.
I'm not a huge
tits.
Georgia fan myself. Tyler, any comments before parting words?
No, I think Becky and Baby Bear kind of laid it all down for us, so I think we're good.
I just want to say, no matter what you think about the situation, this is a good time to have women's back. Don't get me wrong, we all got to wait to see how this plays out. And don't get me wrong, we don't know all of the information. But just believe women. It's not that fucking hard. Not that hard. Speaking of believing women, I saw on Instagram, Natalie said, who was her least favorite challenger to work with? And she said it was Zach. And I just want to say, fucking Zach's, man. Zach's.
I knew it.
Tyler, any comments?
Oh my God.
Nice.
All right, moving on. Next thing was
I honestly don't know anything. I honestly don't know anything about Tori messaging Stans. So
that may still be living in Rumorville, but something about Tori DMing Stans, trying to get them on her side. Don't know how true that is. I'm going to have to reach out to Julian, but if you know anything about this, feel free to holler at me. The only other thing that really happened was Wes and Anissa.
Wait,
and
hold on.
Wes. Oh, what's up?
So here's the thing. We all know that MTV released a brand new official challenge podcast, and I'm assuming that Tori is like, crap, I don't know as much as the Stans, and now she's just like reaching out so that way they can get some more information.
Oh, probably.
Okay, but you're on the show. Why are you reaching out to Stans for insider information? Bitch, you were there.
Why is she? Well, here's the thing. Why is she trying to get people on her side? Most people are on her side. I don't.
Most people don't dislike Tori. I don't dislike Tori.
I disliked how she was when she was with Jordan.
Yeah, but
I felt like he definitely
really
changed her personality to someone who was much more nasty than I think she.
What? She became a fucking racist. I'm better than you. Oh yeah, huh? I don't know anything about racism. I wouldn't tag her with that, but
yeah, I don't want to say she's racist. I think she definitely
there's no evidence of that I'm aware of.
I don't think she has.
Did you guys not hear me?
We did hear you.
Oh, you did?
Yeah. We're just ignoring everything you said and coming up with our own narrative. Like a real podcaster.
Dude, that was legit. I honestly think that they're reaching out to Stans to try, if it's true, to try and get some, I don't know. I just feel like non-professional podcasts have a better view of things because they don't like see it from personal attacks and stuff like that. Like if Tori hates somebody, she's not going to like comment on her podcast in a unbiased way.
Well, also, from what the rumors are, is that she and Fussy are hooking up. They're saying that she and Fussy went on like this whole trip to Mexico together. Whether or not that's true, I mean, you know how Stans are. They're like the FBI. They're like, that background looks like that background.
Oh, yeah, exactly. They'll be on it. All right. You guys ready to go ahead and jump into this episode?
Yes,
Did we not want to talk about the Anissa and West text scandal?
No, I don't think any of us really gives that much of a shit. He just wants an apology. His feelings was hurt. Rightfully so.
Exactly.
His feelings was hurt. And I can understand that. So...
Well, apparently, if you read the text message, he apparently went into the bus after she voted for him and totally like went off on her. She said that allegedly in the text, he's like, the things that you said on the bus were like uncalled for, and it made me not feel as bad voting you in.
Yeah, but Anissa's biggest problem is she's never was that great of a strategic player.
Flip flop, flip flop, flip flop.
Well, she always will do what's best in her mind for her game.
Absolutely.
No, she didn't. Hang up real quick. She did not do what's best for her game.
She did what she thought was best.
She did what somebody else told her was the best thing, so she did it.
No, she's the one that came up with the idea.
No, it was Cam. It was Cam completely.
It was definitely Cam's idea. All right, let's go ahead and jump into it.
Wah.
We open the show off of the cliffhanger from the first season. Natalie's decision. She decides to keep Wes. That's a good place to start. Let's play a good idea. Let's play a very classic game of good idea, bad idea. Tyler, kick it off. Was it a good idea for Natalie to stay with Wes?
Long term, it's a great move. Short term, it's a risky move. But then again, it's all risk, all reward type thing.
Fair enough. Antonio, back for the first time.
Yay.
What do you got?
See, I don't think it's a good or bad thing because eliminations are guy and girls day. So it's like, think about it, her partner doesn't really affect her gameplay besides daily competitions. So yes, it's good to have Wes, but the reason why she got called down was because of Wes. And that's not going to be her issue anymore because, like, if Wes is getting called down, he's getting called down on a guy's day, not on a girl's day.
I mean, I think that she has a good partner in Wes. I think they play well together. They're both strong competitors. And I think at the end of the day, she looks at the other partners as, you know what, they may be less problematic, but I think I have a better chance with Wes than I do with any of them. So.
I would agree with that 100%. I would definitely take my chances with Wes. He's a multi-time champion. The other option is CT, but CT has already proven himself to be a target already. So his number is probably going to be called more sooner than later.
She's screwed either way.
Yes,
Yeah,
exactly.
it doesn't affect her game as much. That's what I'm saying. It's like, it doesn't really matter. It doesn't really affect her.
So with Natalie choosing West, CT is going to be a rogue agent. He will not have a partner, and he's going to have to wait until the next elimination before he's able to get one. How do you guys feel about that? Do you guys think that CT should have went home? I mean, we're kind of in uncharted territory here. How do you guys feel about the rogue agent twist that's going on? Becky?
I kind of like it because I like the idea of being able to steal somebody else's partner. I don't necessarily like it because CT is going to get stuck with whoever is the next one to go into elimination's partner. So it's kind of a catch-22. It's an interesting twist, but it could definitely backfire and blow up right all over CT's face.
I like it just because of the solo eliminations. If it was like a duo, then I get it, they both go home. But to have yourself go home because your partner lost elimination, like to see CT go home because Ashley couldn't win, that's very fucked up on CT's part, because like he couldn't do anything. You're just standing there watching your partner lose, and you can't like help yourself. You're losing.
We've seen
on
plenty
your
of times people going home because of shit that happened with their partners.
Yeah, but no one enjoys it.
Yeah,
Everyone when it comes to the challenge game, everyone wants to win. They want to play for themselves. They want to be there for themselves at the end of the day. So for you to go home because of someone else, it's like hard to stomach that. So to see him being a rogue agent, I kind of like it. I'm excited to see how it's going to play out. I think it's a lot more strategy in it too, depending on who is that rogue agent for the week. So it's going to be fun to see it play out.
Tyler?
Yeah, this exact elimination is what sent home Bananas back on X's 2 because Nani couldn't complete it. He didn't even get a chance to even do it. I have always thought that this is actually the best format I think they've had in years, especially with pairs, because it's either you lose it yourself or you win it yourself. That's all. Simple as that. So I like that.
We'll be back in a moment. You're listening to Love War Challenges. What's good?
How's it going? This is Derek Kaczynski.
So this is Paulie, and you're listening to Love War Challenges.
What up, Malik? This is Cara Maria. This is a shout out to the Love War and Challenges podcast. You're totally awesome.
Love War Challenges. For anyone listening to this, they're at LWC Podcast.
World's most dangerous podcast.
Back at the house, CT is maybe regretting his decision to dismiss Cam in the fashion that he did. He regrets it a little. He comes in and tries to play nice. Of course, Josh comes in and is just like, oh, what, do I think I gotta wash my back? God, he needs to just shut his fucking face. How do you guys feel about CT having to play nice and kind of, just kind of clear the air with Cam, tell him that he regrets it? How did that make you guys feel? Antonio?
I hate it. I like the way they gave CT like the villain edit for the first week. Because you know what? I like the CT back. I want him to be the villain. I want to see CT being like seeing it in not in a negative way, but like not sitting back and hiding. I want to see CT being one of the male faces, especially because someone's not there this season. Someone has to pick it up. So, but CT being vocal and being like the enemy of day one, I just love it as a viewer.
I thought it was hilarious. I really did. I thought everything about it was great until Josh stuck his nose in there. That kind of ruined the whole scene. Actually, when that happened, I looked at my wife and I said, I can't wait for Rivals 4 when Josh isn't invited because nobody's actually his rival.
Oh, man.
I mean, that's a very good point, but I think it was actually cute. Because the thing is what CT has always done is he plays this. He's always been good with the girls, and he always knows how to charm them into being like forgiving, whether or not Cam is gonna take it in full. Because Cam was all like, ha 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 ha, fuck with me again, see how that works out for you next time. So, Josh really did ruin it because I was really enjoying the interplay, because it does sound like, they were definitely goofing off and having a good time. And then Josh is like, I want to be in the conversation. I'm left alone. Like, he couldn't be in the corner by himself and let the kids play. Jesus.
Really good foreshadowing by MTV's editing.
Yeah.
Love that. All right, let's go ahead and move on to today's daily that they are calling missions. Anyway, today's daily is going to be called Ice Spy, which is a play on the words I Spy, which is stupid as fuck, but okay. This challenge, they're going to have to swim to a boat, and then they got to swim through like freezing cold Iceland waters. They got to pick up these kills, bring them back to shore, go at them with an ice pick, and put them into the enemy station. We've seen this kind of daily before, where everybody has these things and they get to put them in other people's bins. We've seen it in War of the Worlds, where they had the flames and the garbage, and they had to dump the rubble in the tin. So if you get 3 of them, you're going to be out, and CT cannot play because he does not have a partner, which I don't really see why he couldn't play. I don't think there was a good reason why. Maybe to become more apparent in the future. All right, so this one had a lot of different moments. I thought it was very good to look at. There was a lot of great moments. Let's talk about them. Let's talk about worst and best moments. I think for worst moment, I got Michi unable to continue because he got too cold. I'm not here to make fun of him for that. I mean, that shit looks real hard to do. So, and if you're not the best swimmer, it could be really bad. He probably just wasn't really prepared to go or anything like this. The second thing I have for the worst is everybody being total pussies and not putting their stuff in people's bin while they were being watched. We're supposed to be the 5th major sport. This is supposed to be badass, kick ass, take names. All of you guys are standing around like little bitches waiting for somebody to turn their back. Not a good look. Not a good look, not a good look. And also letting pretty much Fussy and Anissa skate by and win this shit. Now that I think about it, there was no great moments in this daily. It was all a bunch of just a bunch of shitty moments. And with Wes throwing his little bitch fit because people decided to gang up on him, which wasn't cool, but he didn't take it well. That's my take. What is yours, Tyler?
What? What are
Here
you?
we go.
Are you serious?
I'm saying Wes was kind of acting like a hoe.
No. Here's the thing real quick. First of all, this challenge was stupid. I know, like, we're supposed to talk about the show, how we like the show. What was dumb about it was the way they played it out. By them sacrificing other people and eliminating other teams one by one, all it does is force you to gang up. There's a reason why Battle of the Seasons 2 is almost unwatchable by a lot of challenge fans, because it's constant gang up of teams on another team instead of actually winning yourself. Now, if this challenge would have been first person to run at first team to go out there and get 3 of those things in their own thing wins, that shows performance. That's competition. That's the 5th major sport. It doesn't, you can't team up on people. That doesn't happen in any other sport. Wes throwing Leroy's thing in the water was hilarious. I thought that was great. Like, why should he be nice to these people that are constantly trying to fuck him over? Why? He should be fighting back. He's already going in every time anyways. Why not? Also, one other good moment, when Michi went down, Wes and Fussy went over to go help him out and everything. Like,
Nobody's saying Wes is a bad person. I like Wes. I love Wes. But his reaction to it, he didn't exactly take it on the chin.
No, you're right.
Becky, best and worst moments from today's mission.
I mean, did we expect Wes to take it on the chin? No.
No.
But that's not Wes. I mean, okay, mark your calendars. This will never happen again.
What
the
won't?
Best moment, honestly, was Kyle yelling at everybody and calling them all bitches.
She complimented Kyle.
What?
She said something nice about Kyle.
I know. That's why I said mark your calendars. This will never happen again. Period. I'm just saying this.
Real quick, just to jump in. Is Kyle more bearable, and is he good for the challenge?
Yes.
Not really. He looks like a car salesman or
We'll come back to this.
Real estate guy. It's ridiculous.
I'm just looking for a quick take.
Yes.
But anyway,
great for the challenge.
let me finish.
Okay, we're going to get to that later.
Let me finish. So Kyle calling everybody out and yelling at the top of his lungs, why is everybody being a bitch? You know, play the game. Stop being scared. So I did like that somebody actually called it out to everybody listening so that everybody knows you look like a bitch because y'all look like bitches. Because everybody did look like a bitch. Which is really
and the fact that Kyle is calling it out, is just speaking fucking volumes in a way that I'm not prepared to deal with.
Yeah. But
you know what? I mistakenly said that it was nothing but bad moments. It was another good moment. Darrell noticed that nobody was putting their joints into Fessie's and Anissa, and he correctly called. He said Fessy must have a deal with everybody. And one of the things is, he didn't say Anissa must have a deal with everybody. He called it right there on the spot, and I thought that is just telling of what kind of competitor that he is. Even after taking multiple seasons off, not being back for a while, he was still able to call that shit from half court, and that speaks to the kind of competitor that he is. Darrell is going to be a real problem for some people in this.
I mean, I think the bad part, honestly, was everybody ganging up on Wes. As bad as that sounds, because I think it is bullshit the way they did everything, and Wes's temper tantrum, though a temper tantrum, I think at the end was a valid thing, because I would be pissed too. Y'all are supposed to be my friends, and y'all just ganging up right on me, and I already know I'm about to go into this fucking elimination. I hate you guys. So I get it. At the same time, it was a bad moment.
Did you see how like old man Wes, you know, because Fessy's like the greatest athlete ever, and like him and Wes got to the boat at the same time, even though Wes is like twice his age almost.
Wes is also a better swimmer.
I'm just saying.
He's a fantastic swimmer.
Fessy said he can beat him in a final easily, and then there's swimming right there.
I have a question.
No, I believe
When did Scuba Nelly become a thing?
Oh, I don't know. That's hilarious though. Nice touch.
When he said he could swim, I was like, okay, like I gotta see this, but like he didn't do much.
Antonio, where's your favorite and least favorite parts?
Can I do a winner and loser instead? Because I feel like that's a more basic answer.
Yeah, sure.
All right. Well,
you do know you don't have to ask me for permission for those kind of things.
No,
right?
I want to
it's a
rephrase your question. I feel like
podcast.
everyone
Please
else
speak freely.
Like, yeah. Okay. So instead of doing best and worst, I'm doing winner and loser. Winner, obviously, CT. He's the only one who didn't freeze his nuts off.
Okay.
Losers. Everyone, because they all showed their cards and they all showed how weak, how scared of a game they're playing. If at this rate, Fessy and Anissa are gonna miss the final unless they want to volunteer themselves in for elimination, because they're gonna keep winning and winning. Because it's I get why they're scared of Fessy, but like at the same time, someone has to make a move. You can't just sit there and let this guy win. It's
all reality. Fessy probably would be scary in a final, but we've seen him in a final, and I wasn't too impressed.
He got fourth.
Yeah. Corey beat him.
And Kyle got second.
No, it was Kyle. Yeah, Kyle.
And he might have gotten fifth if they didn't have a final elimination.
Yes. So that's one. And two, okay, he's good at dailies. He hasn't been that great socially. Really, the only thing to fear of him is a one-on-one headbanger in elimination. Because something like a pole wrestle or hall brawl, he could wipe the floor with a lot of the people there.
I had more on Fessy later.
But if you put him up against a big dog, you put him up against a Darrell, you put him up against a CT, you put him up against a Zach, probably a different story.
Yeah, definitely later on in this episode, I'm diving in a lot into Fessy because I have a lot to say about him.
Yes, these are facts.
Well, I mean the girls said it, that the only time he has a personality is when he hears a song and he's vibing and he's taking off his shirt. They said otherwise he has absolutely no personality.
That's what Teresa said, yeah.
Yeah. Teresa is still, she's still in shape when it comes to reality TV. Let's go ahead and move on. Take it back to the house. Back at the house, Joseph is going around saying he wants to make a name for himself and take out Wes. Once again, good idea or bad idea? Just what we know now up until this point. Becky.
He's a moron. Like, he just came off so bad and so cocky. Like, you want to go in there?
Real quick, just the idea, because we're going to get into that deliberation in a minute.
Oh, well, no, I mean, even talking about how he wants to take out the big dogs and how he feels like he's better than you haven't even been in this game long enough to try and say that you can play better than any of these other players.
We always get one or two of these guys every season.
Every season.
Antonio.
Last year was ASAF, right? Last season was ASAF, called the OS day one. I mean, I like it for, as a viewer, watching it, seeing, it's a rookie trying to step up to the big man in charge, trying to be like, you know what, if I can beat you, a threat in this game, I want to make myself known. When it comes to reality TV, that's what you want. You want someone that can do that because, they want future calls, whatever it is. But just to see someone like Joseph do it, the guy is from America's Got Talent. Come on. If it was Nam saying it, I'm like, you know what, Nam? You do you continue trash talking. But Joseph, of all fucking rookies,
Did you see his workout session? He's like doing Pilates on the ground.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I don't want to bash that because realistically, it could be a successful thing. We don't know.
Tyler definitely does the
It's a
same
great
workouts.
core workout.
That's why he is defending him.
yeah, I totally do that. If you look at me,
Tyler,
But
good
let's
idea,
look
bad
at
idea.
what Leroy said. You're still weak as hell.
I love the fact that Nelson was trying to talk him out of it and Leroy was trying to talk him into it. Like, yeah, man, yeah. Go out there and get it done.
Do what you
Leroy ain't
do.
shit for that.
He was too busy laughing at him.
This is a bad idea. Here's what I don't understand is why don't rookies come into this game going, I know nothing? Why don't I work with people that are at the very top on both sides and just play the middle game? We've seen a lot of like people that are like in the year 2 or 3 or season 2 or 3 or whatever have success with this method time and time again. Hunter did it. Ryan and Jen did it back on Fresh Meat 2.
It's the vets, though, I feel like. A lot of the vets don't want to give in to the rookies right away. They want to keep their vet line.
But Wes isn't like that. Wes will pick up the rookies and work with you.
But Wes's gameplay has changed year after. He's the biggest snake in the house. No one. With Wes, you can never.
He wants to work
him.
with rookies. He's been working with rookies
Yes,
for the
but
past
lately
few seasons.
he's going more towards the Coreys, the Nelsons, and that era of challenges. Because that's where he worked with. And now they keep getting called back. What Wes's thing was in the past was the rookies, they wouldn't get called back after season 3 or 4. They were bringing a whole new set of rookies and keep the same vets. Now, that era is still in the challenge. And he has bad blood with so many of them. And the word gets spread round and round, so it's tough for him. And that's why he has to go to the rookies, but the rookies know his gameplay.
Wes has done nothing to TYB, though.
Yeah, he hasn't really.
But he'll talk to them. Like the one season where, or 2 seasons, he was trying to go with a Hunter, or I think it was Nelson, to get bananas out, whatever it is. They would work to get him out, but now, they would always, Wes is I can't even talk when I'm talking too fast. That's the thing. But I don't know. Wes is always that snake type of a player where
you call him a snake. I think he's more of a chameleon. He's more adapting to whatever the game throws at him. I don't think
he's working lately.
No, but it's hard to win these seats. Let's go ahead and move on. Wes makes his plea to the gang, to the Big Brother TYB alliance thing that's going on. It doesn't really have a name. Whatever it is, it's pretty fucked up. But he pleads to them, let me
Team
be
Young Brother.
Team Young Brother. I love it and hate it so much. So much.
Should be the new calling. Yeah,
but
I agree.
I didn't really like the pitch. It's like, let me be your janitor, let me be your CEO. He's like, you guys want, I'll be your janitor to put me in charge. I wasn't a big fan of the pitch, neither was CT. How did this make you feel about Wes? Me personally, I fucking hated it. Antonio, how did you feel about Wes the janitor?
I mean, he should have stopped after the janitor thing. I think if he just said that and kept with that, it would have had more of a positive outcome, I feel like. But yeah, once he said the CEO thing and said he wants to take charge, no one there wants someone in charge of their own game. And to say that, oh yeah, don't worry, you guys sit back, I'll do your work for you, and then I'll lead the group. Like come on, pick one or the other. Don't go both ways.
Ha ha! There goes Antonio not taking a lot of care for our LGBTQ community.
On, fuck you.
I had a feeling that that's where he was going to go with that.
Listen, it's in my personal opinion. If you want to go both ways, you go both ways. Antonio?
Not what I meant.
Shame on you.
That's not what I meant.
Tyler.
You walked literally right into that wall right there.
Yeah,
that is your own fault.
Tyler, how do you feel about your boy Wes begging like a bitch?
It's smart. Here's the thing. I don't understand what you guys don't like about it. I don't understand.
I don't like the pitch. I didn't like the pitch, the groveling.
But
he's Wes. He's a two-time champ. Wes has won more championships than that whole entire gang put together.
My thing is that he is offering to either be the person that does their dirty work or be the person that is their shield and gets the blame for everything. Like, that's a win-win in my eyes. He goes in and cleans up your messes, or he gets thrown in because everybody sees him as a big threat and he's right and he's in your way. I think that's a good thing.
I don't think they see it that way. Becky, how do you see it?
I mean, looking at it, I think that the big thing he was trying to do is basically don't blindside me. Just tell me. If I'm going in, I'll go in. Just let me know I'm going in.
It's not in nobody's best interest to tell him. It's better to blindside him.
And I agree. The blind side is always better. At this point, he should just expect it.
Yeah, exactly.
That's the thing. You know, it's like Darrell says.
I don't know. Little favors go a long way in this game.
Tyler, you had your time. Shush. Sorry,
right.
Couldn't help it. But basically, I think that it did sound like groveling. It was a little bit pathetic. I think that he was really thinking that he was going to sound smart, and he usually does. That's the part that kind of is messing with me, is because he's usually so smart about the way he approaches these things. I don't think he planned this one well. I was like, come on, Wes, you're better than this. And you could pitch better than this. I don't know what.
Yeah, exactly. You're in business. This was your pitch. You didn't think about this beforehand. It just wasn't a good look, and I wasn't really feeling on it. I wasn't really feeling on it. Wow. All right. Before we get into deliberation, I wanted to touch on one thing, and that's the politics. Devin and Kyle come up with a strategy to target Big T and Joseph, and on the other end, seemingly totally unrelated, Big T also comes into the strategy that if she gets rid of Joseph now, she could find herself paired with CT. It seems apparent, but how do you guys feel about this move? Just in the moment, without knowing what we already know how this turns out.
Well, the big thing with Big T turning on Joseph, he's not communicating with her. She literally tried to sit down and talk to him, and he basically, said that he can't trust her because she's like, well, you should have told me first. I should have been the one you talked to. I'm your partner. Why are you talking to everybody else but me? And Devin and Kyle, I think, are just literally trying to protect themselves from getting put in, and they're just like, let's just get rid of this guy because,
it buys them another week.
Yeah. And I laughed when Devin is like, I can't understand my partner.
Hey,
what?
Do not make fun of Italian New Yorkers. Our accent is very strong sometimes. A lot of people don't know what we're saying.
That is a Staten Island accent, and apparently it's completely fabricated because she has a twin who doesn't talk like that at all.
My cousin knows her twin, and it's pretty funny.
Well, her voice irritates me.
I'm from New York,
anybody
so
can listen to her talk for longer than 2 seconds.
It doesn't bother me.
I can understand what she says for the most part. It's like I deal with it. Yeah, it's like other than that, so it's not like that bad to me because like I know
it's not that bad. We've been in New York for a long time, so it's not that bad.
It's bad for me, but I'm from the Midwest and we have no accent. So
I thought it was pretty funny. Devin's comment on like, I'm working with, what did he say? A buffed out toddler. Like whatever you call it. That was hilarious.
No, but back to the question, I'm like proud of Big T. Like this is a big game move for her. I feel like someone that's like new to this game who has not really like well experienced in the challenge. I would say because like her stints are very short lived, but like this is a good game move. And I can't wait to see if more challengers do this because if you have a strong partner, if you have a weak partner, and a strong one's available, might as well throw yourself out there.
Absolutely.
Because right now, Big Ten nothing to lose going into Elimination. Just like, oh, it's a win-win. If I go in, I come home regardless, and yeah, me and Joseph can work on a few things. Or Joseph goes home, I fucking get CT. So I mean,
yeah, definitely seems like a win-win. Let's go ahead and move on to the deliberation, which is so much fun. So much fun. We'll be back in a moment. You're listening to Love War Challenges. What's good?
How's it going? This is Derek Kaczynski.
So this is Paulie, and you're listening to Love War Challenges.
What up, Malik? This is Cara Maria. This is a shout out to the Love, War, and Challenges podcast. You're totally awesome.
Love War Challenges. For anyone listening to this, they're at LWC Podcast.
World's most dangerous podcast.
So we get to the deliberations. Joseph nominates himself because fucking why, who knows? He nominates himself, he goes into his spiel, and Natalie calls him out. Joseph almost instantly loses control of this whole entire thing. Fussy wanted Wes to be a house vote so he could keep his hands clean, and the house just knew better. If you want Wes in, you're gonna have to do the dirty work. Devin kind of shores it up and just like, listen, you said you want in, I'm going to give it to you, you want in. Real quick, is Devin less annoying without bananas? Tyler?
Yes. He's less of a storyline.
I never thought he was annoying. I like Devin a lot, actually.
wow.
I've always been mid-grade on Devin, but I always leaned more towards liking him. I do find him worlds likable more without the whole banana storyline. I was really worried about that, because without the banana storyline, he doesn't really have one.
He has nothing. He's a waste of space right now.
But his commentating is pretty decent.
He made one joke.
He's pretty funny, and he does come off as more affable and less big-headed so far, outside of the whole Lolo conversation when he's reading the house. But he seems pretty okay, so I'll allow it.
Never was a fan of Devin, never will be. I can care less that he's on this season. His presence doesn't affect me whatsoever. I just think he is literally like Joss, a big piece of wallpaper that's going to sit down the whole entire season and do nothing.
All right, let's go back into the deliberation. Joseph lost control. He said he wanted in, but kind of had second thoughts. Natalie called him out. The House voted him in anyways. What are your take on how this deliberation went down? Tyler?
I really liked Natalie just like stepping up. I mean, I'm actually, it's not just Natalie, but I'm also just like she just like went at him. I really liked when, like, I don't know. I just like the whole thing. Deliberation is fun this way. I don't know why they have them sitting on a couch like that to where like they have their back to some people. Like, just stand in a circle or something.
It's grouping.
Like, just that it looks
It's
grouping.
Tyler. It's all camera shit.
Yeah, it's really just the best way for the camera work to actually work out.
And as people leave, it's not going to have as many people.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
I'm just, that's the only thing that for me just bothers me is how like some people are literally just like sitting down with commentary behind them going on. But otherwise, the whole thing was entertaining, and I like this. I'm glad that we have deliberations again.
I think these deliberations, I think he went about it so stupid. He went into it like super cocky, like, I want Wes, but I don't want to get voted in. I want Wes to get voted in by the House, and then I want Fussy to vote me in. And Natalie is right. What's the difference? If you want to go in, just volunteer and go in. You don't have to like do this whole Wes getting voted in first.
He tried to maneuver it so he had some level of control of the situation. And Natalie and Devin and Wes quickly let him know that he does not have control over any of this. The only thing you have control of is if you're saying you want in, we can put you in right now. And
exactly.
In all reality, if Joseph was really about that shit, like he was making it seem like he was about that shit, it would have been simple. Remember how Nelson went into elimination last season? Hey guys, I'm taking this one for Corey. Just vote me in. I'm not going to hold it against her. Just vote me in. He could have did the same shit. Hey guys, I really want to go and make my name. I really want Wes. He's a big dog. He's been doing this for a long time. I want to make my name, so please vote me in so I can get Wes. And, you know, I can make my name, get my gold skull, and move on. That's all he had to say. Everybody would have been like, all right, cool. And that would have been that. But he pussyfooted around it, and he got what he had coming. Antonio.
This deliberation show that you have to be on any competition show to be on the challenge. You cannot come from America's Got Talent and think you have any say in what this game does.
It'd be different if he actually knew anything about the challenge. That was the problem. He didn't know anything. I don't care where they pull people from. Listen, I don't care where they pull people from. If you can come and compete and be entertaining, that's all I require of you. Compete and be entertaining. But being for the fact that he didn't know how any of this shit worked, which means he had a very flawed strategy of how to play this game. Big T was calling it out from jump, and Big T's a newbie. And she was like, he's not playing this game the way it's supposed to be made.
Yeah,
he wasn't trying to talk to people. Even Big T's like, he doesn't seem to want to interact with people or ask them how this game works. He just has to start. He wasn't opening his eyes to it. He really literally went into it just so stupid. He
was sleeping.
He's not
when
meant for a
everyone was socializing. You do not do that in the challenge house.
You're 100% right. He would have been worlds better going to West asking for mentorship than trying to take him out. Little asshole. Tyler.
And hey, let me tell you, Antonio, I'm all for napping, even in the club.
Okay, but in the challenge house, that's where everyone socializes. That's when like game plan gets talked out. Everyone's drunk. People are gonna say what they want, where their head's at. That's how you get conversations out of people, game strategies. If you're napping,
he was jet lagged. Let the man be jet lagged.
You can sleep whenever you want. Why are you doing it when everyone's socializing?
You're right. Definitely a bad move. Tyler, any more comments?
So here's the thing, and this might be weird to me, but I actually like Joseph's character. I found him entertaining. Like when he was doing stuff on the screen, people might have said it was weird or whatever, like, oh, he's sleeping. That literally is a conversation of topic on our podcast now because it was entertaining. Like, it's hilarious that he was sleeping while everybody else is partying. I don't know. I found it interesting, even though it's not like he's not, fighting anybody or he's not crying every other episode. Like, he's, in my opinion, more entertaining than Josh from doing his little workout thing. Like, that right there with that skit was funnier than anything Josh has done.
I don't think that was a skit, though.
I'm just okay. That sequence of events that happened on the show was funnier than anything Josh has done.
Yeah, sorry.
It's funnier than anything Fessy's done. It's more entertaining than Fessy.
Josh and Amanda.
Oh yeah, Josh and Amanda.
Amanda made that entertaining.
She sure
that was all Amanda.
You need to chill the out before challenges. You're too stressed.
I'm realizing with our team something's not working.
Oh, you're just now realizing
and I'm realizing that
it's lose every challenge.
It's our communication, but also I think that there needs to be. I'm a very affectionate, passionate. Like, I need like the female touch.
I'm doing a little bit of flirting with Amanda. I think that she's hot, but not only that, the way that she carries herself, just her sex appeal, her confidence. She drives me crazy.
There's so many girls in this house. Go hook up and get massages.
Yeah, but I'm trying to build my team dynamic with you so we can become a better team. It doesn't benefit me to give them good when I can give you good.
Disgusting.
Potentially help us win. I think the situation is that we're both sexually frustrated and you
I'm not at all. Josh is just more of like a brother to me. Like, he's really emotional, he's young, and he's a little too nice.
Why don't you kiss me to shut me up? That'll probably stop me from talking.
Ew, because then I'll throw up.
Kind of miss
Amanda's
Amanda.
one thing. She'll definitely
I would
get
take
attention.
Amanda back so fast right now. But let's go ahead and move on to the chamber. So the chamber, we all know the power. You get to see who voted for the compromised agents. Anissa and Fessy looks in. They see that Kyle told them that he was going to vote a certain way, and he voted for Joseph and Big T. And Joseph and Big T has been compromised. They're going in. It's not what Fessy wanted. He feels betrayed. Now,
Kyle.
Off the top of my head, a lot more people besides Kyle betrayed Fessy. Am I wrong?
There was like 20 people that voted for them.
Yes, a lot of people.
I think that it was because
Okay.
Told him to his face.
I understand that he feels some kind of way. He feels like he was lied to, but he was lied to by a lot of people. And him and Anissa seem to be really focused on Kyle. How do you guys feel about that? I wasn't really a big fan. I think even now knowing that information, maybe now isn't the best time to act on it, but I don't know. What do you guys feel about them focusing on Kyle as the focus of their anger? Tyler.
It's kind of stupid, to be honest. Like, Kyle's friends with Wes. So, like, why would you believe him saying he's going to vote for Wes? Why would you get mad at him if he doesn't vote for Wes? Like, he's friends with him. Like, it's if Leroy didn't vote for Bananas and then came in and said, oh, yeah, don't worry, I voted for Bananas, I wouldn't believe him for 1 second at all. If you're friends with somebody, you're going to stay true to your friendship. If you're not really friends with them, that's when we see these snakes and everything come out. But Kyle and Wes are friends.
You know what it was? They were power hungry. Anissa and Fussy, who are two people. Fussy's new to the game, and Anissa is not familiar with winning. So, but giving
I love that euphemism. She's not familiar with winning.
It's true. But, like, when you give someone like them a strong power where they know where the votes lie, they're, like, in their heads, you know what? This might not happen anymore. Especially in Anissa's head. She's like, this might not happen. We have to make some move out of this. And by looking at the list, we're close to Josh. Leroy has majority numbers. We're tight with him. Kyle, on the other hand, he's saying one thing. He's known to be a little shaky here and there. We're not really that close to them right now, so let's go after Kyle. And that's what they did. They were a little power hungry, and that's what it is.
Becky.
I think they're in their feelings because he literally went to their faces and said, yeah, I voted this way. This is what I did.
Everyone could have done that, though. And the editing floor just showed that.
You had your time. Shh. But when you look at it, Kyle doesn't have the best reputation when it comes to, he basically said, this secret voting is perfect for me because I like to do behind the back shit. He said it himself that that's what he likes to do and that's how he likes to play. It came back and bite him in the ass. I think that if he had approached them and said what he said in the confessional and said, Big T came to me, she's my friend, I want to help her out and hopefully get her a better partner. This is me protecting Big T. This has nothing to do with Wes or anybody else other than I want to help Big T out. And I think that Wes and Anissa would have understood that because in their minds, they understand loyalty. So that's what I think. If he had done it that way, he wouldn't have been targeted. But the fact that he lied blatantly and he just doesn't have the best history, it kind of bit him in the ass.
You know what it is? Why they target Kyle? It's because Fussy thinks that he has control of this whole game, and then he just saw a loose end right in front of his eyes when he thought he had Kyle's vote or whatever. And so he's being smart about this by targeting Kyle because he's trying to cut off a loose end. If we're being realistic, not being jaded or whatever, he's trying to cut off a loose end. That's all it is. You know, he thinks that he has all the cards right now, and they're slowly falling out of his hands.
I don't know too much about that one. I do think that he's power hungry. I think he's definitely let the power go to his head. But if you're calling loose ends, there are plenty of other loose ends on that list that lied to him and told him one thing when they did another.
Have you guys seen Fussy's Big Brother season?
No.
No.
Okay, well.
I don't watch Big Brother, so.
For those of you that don't know, on his season, he was always on the opposite side of votes. And you know how Big Brother, it's all anonymous, no one knows who they vote for. And now, with this season having anonymous votes, him actually being on the right side of voting because of his alliance, whatever it is, and now he's seeing where the numbers lie, so that's why, like, he's ahead of the game, but now, like...
Really, Malik?
What's Malik doing? Take a picture of yourself.
I can if I want.
It's for the podcast.
Oh.
Exactly.
Now I lost my train of thought.
All right, moving on. No Big Brother talk.
Yeah.
Nobody cares about Big Brother anyway.
I care about Big Brother. I'm going to watch it later, actually.
I was going to say Big Brother and the challenge Twitter, they're always fighting.
All right, Malik.
I got to
Malik, take us to the crater.
Now it's time to move on to the elimination. So we get there, we get to the crater, we see 3 poles sticking out the sand and nothing but open space and opportunity.
You saw the ring. The ring was there.
I saw the ring.
The ring was there.
I saw the ring. And
yeah, it was going to be a wrestle. We knew it automatically.
We knew what was up because we watched the show. Yeah.
Even if that, why not just fucking try it?
All right. So Joseph is going in. He is the house pick. Fessy gets a chance to go down for the second time in 2 weeks, and he passes. A lot of interesting things came from that. One, what if on the first episode, Fessy decides to come down? Or what if somebody decides to come down and it's not a men's or female day? Interesting questions, but I digress. We're just going to leave that hanging on the air.
Regardless, though, Anissa can take Big T, I feel like, in something physical.
I think that both people have to say they want to go down. That's what I think has to happen.
And then what happens
is
it change? So many questions. There's so many questions on how this shit works. But Fessy declines to go in.
Regardless, you should have went down. You see a fucking ring in the middle. You go down. If you're Fessy, you want something physical. Oh, sorry.
Listen, the whole thing is a ring. Mad. And granted, you may not know what's going on, but anybody who watches the challenge knows the best eliminations require the least amount of stuff. The least amount of stuff. Pole wrestle, take us a fucking stick. Take it. You see 1 hoop, you see 3 rings. You may not know exactly what it's going to be, but at this point, we already know how many ghost goals there are. You got to take your chance. You got to take your chance early. Don't get hung out like people did last season. Joseph is going in. He tells Fessy, you know who I want. Give me who I want.
Nope.
This man decides to lick mustard.
A lot. I'm sorry, go ahead.
I'm sorry. The mustard thing. Oh, no, wait. We'll come back to the mustard thing.
This reminds me a lot of the D. Jennifer situation where he looks like a punk for not going down.
Absolutely. So it looks like Joseph is not going to get who he wants. Fessy decides to throw in the snake, Kyle, because he didn't vote his way. Out of the 22 people who didn't vote his way, he decides Kyle is going to be today's victim, and he throws him in, completely blindsiding him. It's a male's elimination. Kyle steps down. Does anybody know the name of this elimination?
Ring on one of the 3 poles game.
Yes, ring on one of the 3 poles. That's what it's called. That's the official name. Ask MTV.
It's
so ring on the 3 poles.
Probably something to do with spies. It's probably I spy, pull this ring across.
Ring of spies?
Or 3 ring circus, some stupid shit. Anyway,
spy rings.
There's a ring and there's 3 poles. You have to take the ring, which is a big hula hoop. It's not like a small one. But you got to take this ring and put it out on one of the poles. It's going to be Joseph versus Kyle. One hell of a match. I think in this elimination, Joseph put up more of a fight than anybody thought he was going to. But Kyle just drags the ring along with Joseph attached and lays it onto the pole ever so gently and wins round 1. Round 2, Joseph puts up a little bit more of a fight. He gets a tackle in, he holds down on the ring, but once again, Kyle washes Joseph up and he gets the win. Joseph is going home. The mustard that he licked before going into elimination, because apparently mustard stops you from cramping, didn't really work in his benefit. Yo, this motherfucker licked mustard.
Well, he didn't cramp.
Yeah, he didn't he didn't throw up afterwards. He was standing straight up.
Yes. So, all right. To the elimination, how do you guys feel about this elimination, Becky?
I was just laughing because he just lifted, like almost like he doesn't have to make him let it go or anything. He's like, okay, so we're going to put you right over, right
to the ring. How embarrassing. How embarrassing.
I was like, that looks so bad. Like, and the way he was hugging it like it was his last lifeline, as if that was going to stop anything from happening. I got to say, he definitely put up a fight on that second go around. I I honestly thought he was going to do something. He did end up like making a few wrestling moves, and I was like, okay, so he's not terrible. He's just, he's
that's how you felt about
this
it.
just
That's
isn't
terrible.
the elimination for him.
Antonio, how did you feel about the elimination between Joseph and Kyle and the Crater and 3 rings on a pole? Whatever the fuck it's called.
I couldn't enjoy this elimination. I love physical stuff. I couldn't enjoy it. I was just so mad at Fussy just watching this. Like, oh, this fucking asshole could have had his ring, a gold skull, and he fucked up. But the elimination itself was pretty fun. I mean, I wasn't surprised Kyle won. Seeing Joseph walk into the house, I knew he was going to go home either really early or be a layup in the final. And I'm just happy he went home right away because I do not see him coming back at all in the future. I think he just took up someone's spot.
We'll be back in a moment. You're listening to Love War Challenges. What's good?
How's it going? This is Derek Kaczynski.
So this is Paulie, and you're listening to Love War Challenges.
What up, Malik? This is Cara Maria. This is a shout out to the Love War and Challenges podcast. You're totally awesome.
Love War Challenges. For anyone listening to this, they're at LWC Podcast.
World's most dangerous podcast.
Okay, Tyler. He's back. Yeah, you had the funniest stuck face in the world.
What's up? I got kicked. I don't know what happened. Is it my turn to talk about the elimination?
Yes.
Yeah. So, here's the thing. Elimination. It was fun. It was entertaining. It was, it's physical. It was good. My analysis coming away from all this is that Kyle continues to be underrated. I'm not going to say some of the competitors probably start rating him fairly, but I guarantee the challenge community underrates him so hard, and Fussy is highly overrated. Kyle's not scared of anything, and Fussy is scared of everything in my eyes, unless at 100% it is to his advantage against a smaller opponent or somebody with one hand. He can't do an elimination, and Kyle does not back down from anything.
Well,
I'm not going to say Kyle's underrated.
No, I would
whenever
say
he goes up against a good competitor,
he got
doesn't
a lot
necessarily come out on top.
Listen, he got a lot of hate for the whole Cara Maria situation.
No.
He got a lot of hate for underperforming in a lot of the things. But let me tell you something. When his number is called, he's never pussy about it. He goes and he handles business, and his eliminations have been tough. He has not been given easy eliminations. He has been put through the ringer, and a lot of those, he comes out on top.
He literally had his own partner underestimating him this entire episode, saying she wanted to trade him in because he doesn't play the game that well. On top of that, also, if you think about it, he almost took down an Olympian in Theo and Hall Brawl with one leg. He was battered, could barely move, and almost beat him. I think he's
and one of the
underrated.
best eliminations for the season.
Yes.
He still needs to work on them pin legs.
I know.
Keeps skipping leg day.
Listen, I know a lot of us.
Can I jump in ahead of you, Malik? Sorry.
Go ahead.
Can we talk about how he was like looking like Dr. Evil tonight with that outfit in his interviews?
What is he wearing? I was talking to this about like with Antonio. I was like, he went from being a pirate to like a real estate agent. Like, you're wearing a freaking turtleneck. Like,
well, yeah, but he got the tattoos on the back of his head, so he still got a little bit of pirate in him. But Tyler, I'm really feeling what you're saying. I know a lot of us love Cara and we hate the way that played out, but that was years ago. Everybody has moved on. Even Kyle, Cara, and Paulie even deaded that shit. The fact of the matter is, he comes in season after season. He plays a great social game, and when his number is called, he kicks ass more often than not. It's time to put away our preconceived notions of who Kyle is and start giving him the respect as the challenger that he is.
I don't like him.
I have one question for you.
Okay.
Who else in the challenge history has been able to befriend and work with the biggest names in challenge history in both Wes and Bananas?
Tony.
Kyle.
Tony.
That's it.
Tony.
Tony.
Oh, no, Tony didn't work with Wes. Tony did not work with Wes.
But he would have.
He would have.
He would.
He would have.
Definitely
You
would.
know what? I like Tony, but he's not
Dario.
nearly...
Dario's
Dario, the
literally
fuck out of here.
Dario screwed over
Dario worked
Wes
with Bananas
on
and
Rivals
us.
3. What are you talking about?
The season, it was up X's when it was Nani and Wes and Dario and Nicole, they work together for majority of the season.
Let's bring it back to the crater.
Okay.
So it's time for everybody to get rid of their preconceived notions of exactly who Kyle is and put a little bit of respect on his name. He comes in season after season. He's prepared. He does well. He's entertaining, plays a great social game. His problem is the same problem a lot of other mid-tier challengers run into, and that's that he doesn't win enough dailies. For him to get some real power, he has to start putting some dailies under his belt so he can have a bit more control. Because if he has control and he's making power moves, then he's a mastermind. If he's trying to make moves while he's mid-graded, doesn't have any real control, then he's a snake. That's the difference.
Well, he's always had a really great social game. That is something he's always had. A lot of people really like him in these challenges and everything. And I think that saves him to a certain degree. But very similar to Leroy, when you're not winning dailies, it doesn't really matter if people like you. Because at a certain point, you're going to be the one on the chopping block.
Now, let's go ahead and move it to the best part, the end. Kyle completely puts away Joseph. He put up somewhat of a fight, but I think he did better than what we thought that he was going to do. But it all ended the way how we thought it was going to end. Kyle washes Joseph. Kyle throws up after such an intense, these are air quotes I'm putting out there, such an intense elimination. And then he calls out Fussy for being the pussy that he is. Being the pussy that he is. Fussy had two opportunities to go down. He bypassed them both. This one was clearly going to be a headbanger. Kyle calls him out on his shit. Kyle then decides that he's going to steal Cam as his partner. Josh is totally taken aback, but
he's pissed.
He's pissed, but now Nani is free and he has a good relationship with her. He picks up Nani and CT picks up Big T. Or Big T picks up CT. Big T picks up CT. Okay, yeah. Big T picks up CT. One hell of a rigmarole. One hell of a player carousel. All of these players switching. This was due to Kyle making a really good decision on taking Cam. I mean, I'm not going to lie. I don't get surprised by a lot of shit here, but this was very surprising. It also seems that it kind of worked out for everybody. You know, Kyle gets Cam, Josh gets Nani, who he's cool with. Big T gets a beast and CT. Crazy shit. How did you guys feel about this? Tyler, welcome back. What do you think?
If you guys want to rewind, or if anybody wants to go rewatch our live, I suggested that somebody did this last week and said that Natalie should infiltrate the other alliance. She should team up with Leroy, and that gets her Cam, that gets her big brother, everything. And now here we are another week, and somebody did the strategy, and it's smart. Because now what, is Leroy going to vote in Cam? No. Is Fussy going to vote in Leroy's? No, he's not going to. It's smart. And I think it worked out for everybody except for Nani. I think she's the one that got screwed the most, but, you know.
She wanted Josh. In her mind, she's doing fine.
Yeah, but wanting somebody and moving from a mid-tier team to a bottom-tier team are, you know, two different things.
So you think Nani downgraded? She went from mid to bottom.
Well, here's the thing.
I agree with you.
For all of his shitty, you know, overall, like, not as athletic as everybody else, he is a good partner. And we have stated this in the past. He's really encouraging to his partners. He's worked with Nani in the past, like where they've, you know, partnered up, and they did well. So I honestly think that they're going to do okay. What I find funny is because I remember Josh talking to CT saying, I don't, you know, where Josh is like, just don't take just don't take Nani from me. Or whoever said, so just don't take Nani from me. And he's like, deal. I don't want her. So I think CT was like, please don't stick me with Nani. And he's actually kind of excited to go with Big T, who I've always said has a really big heart. I guess we'll see how that works out because CT is a very competitive player. And if Big T doesn't compete well, I don't know how well he's going to take it because he takes his game very seriously.
I think that partnership is going to be terrible.
It's a smaller target on his back is the thing. Now, can I touch on, before Antonio jumps in his opinion, on what Becky said about like motivation and being a good partner. If everybody wants to dial back their clocks, go get CBS All Access, whatever, and go to episode 2 of Cutthroat, when Abram takes himself out of a team challenge and motivates his team to win. Here's the problem. You can be a great motivator, but if you don't have the right players in the competition, you're not going to win the game. Simple as that.
These are facts. Antonio.
I really don't think like partner-wise plays that much of an effect into this game. I mean, it just basically for daily competitions. I mean, at the end of the day, the people that are going into eliminations are are based
You
on
don't think the partner plays a major part in this game?
No, like just for the daily mission wise, or where the fuck they call it, elimination wise, it's gonna come down to whoever the individual is. If someone wants Kyle out, they're gonna keep voting Kyle in, regardless of who his partner is. Because unless they find out,
I'm sorry, I can't listen to you. It's the worst take ever.
Yeah.
No, but it's true though. Because like, unless it's a duos elimination, why would Cam be affected if Kyle goes in?
This game is full of twists. Full of twists. I think we will see a dual elimination.
We know it's a male day and a female day.
That's what we know now. And the only thing we know now is we don't know shit. Shit has been changing so far.
Can I crush this theory real quick? Antonio, I want to ask you a question.
Oh,
if you have a really good partner during a daily and you win, what do you not have to do? Go into eliminations. So having a good partner kind of helps you out in this game.
That's what I'm saying. Yes, I know. That's what I'm saying. Besides that fact, but Kyle already has his gold skull. So as of now, he is sitting in a good position. He has to like, just lay low, and he's
best
fine.
position ever for Kyle. Kyle will be in the final.
I just think Kyle right now has made more enemies by changing partners. He's now made Josh an enemy. Josh wants to be with.
What is he going to do? Cry him in an elimination?
That's a vote against him. That's a vote against him.
Nobody gives a shit.
The guy that's going to come in 9th place every daily is going to affect them. Like...
Also, another reason, Cam right now, I think, as a viewer, I think Cam has the numbers. If Kyle pisses off Cam, Kyle's going back in there.
Ooh, I have one more thing. I'm sorry. I have thought of this, okay? I'm sorry. I'm really excited right now. I have a good feeling that the format for eliminations will not be a pattern. Like I think episode 3 is going to be a guys elimination because they're going to keep the challengers on their toes, and then elimination 4 will go back to girls. That's great. No. Because here's the thing: you shouldn't be able to have all the control in a show, and if the show throws a twist, I think that's the best part. You have to be prepared for everything.
I was going to say, thinking about it, that theory though, that to me says that it could be possible. No, never mind. That won't work. Never mind. I just convinced myself of something. I was that doesn't work. Never mind.
What if the next elimination is 2-on-2? We don't know.
I think we're going to definitely see not only 2-on-2s, but anytime there's going to be a double elimination, and being for the fact that there's 22 episodes a season, we're guaranteed to see at least 2 of those.
19, I think that guy
19,
said,
even better.
I think it was Kevin or something like that said that on our live. Sorry.
Which means there's going to be at least 2 double eliminations, and those double eliminations are probably going to come through to partners. Even fucking worse. I can't stand purges.
Actually,
purges are they're just too big of a wild card.
Actually,
that's when Cam and Nelson go home, right? During the purge.
That's why you want to have a good partner, just in case. What if there's a purge?
Well, that concludes the episode. It really ended fucking wild. I do feel like this was a good episode. I do feel like this episode relied heavy on politics and drama. I thought the politics outweighed the drama to a major degree. This season so far, even though we're only 2 episodes in, has lacked a lot of drama, but it's been really high on politics, which I would take any day of the week, twice on Sundays. If you had the greatest episode, fucking 1 to 10, where do you guys put this episode at? Tyler, what do you think?
This is 7. It's entertaining.
7?
It was good. I could rewatch it, but it's not like I'm not going to talk about it for more than this week.
I got it. No classic moments. Antonio.
Yeah, I have to agree with Tyler. Maybe a 7.5 at best. I feel like a lot more could have been done this episode. Entertainment was good. Could have been better. The commission was pretty solid. I just hated the way how the cast was. Yeah, 7.5.
And Becky.
I'm probably just gonna give it a solid 6. It had one or two interesting moments, but overall, I think it was relatively forgettable. Just like Joshua's not going to be really remembered, and I doubt he's going to be coming back.
I'm going to give it a 7 also. We had a physical elimination. It wasn't very competitive, but Kyle's rant before and after going into the crater I thought was really dope. I think this is an episode that really sets Kyle apart and kind of moves him into the next tier. And I think episodes like this is the reason why we are going to keep continuing to see Kyle come back day after day. Wasn't that big of a fan of the daily, I don't like to gang up on dailies. This daily kind of took it away, the competitiveness of it all. Wes would have had a great chance if it wasn't for everybody ganging up on him. And Fussy and Anissa winning was just mainly because everybody was being too pussy. And that whole pussy shit during the daily was a huge turnoff for what is supposed to be the 5th major sport. Before we get out of here, we are going to jump into Tyler's top 5. Tyler, who were the 5 challengers who really won this episode?
So for me, and I'll give you guys a little explanation to them all. Kyle, simple, won the elimination. We already talked about it all day. Called out Fussy, called out everybody in the daily, entertaining top to bottom. CT, for the fact that he is able to completely change his game right now. He is going to adapt, and I think him automatically being safe from a guy's elimination is a huge plus for him when he had the biggest target.
Oh, I forgot about that.
Now, Big T, because Big T is entertaining as can be, she looks like a student of the game. She is learning, she is adapting, and if you think about it, the only time she's been knocked out of the game is by Georgia or a glass in the ground, but either way. And then Anissa. Anissa's also in my top 5 this week because she won another daily, but nobody hates her like they hate Fussy right now. Everybody's questioning Fussy's game. Nobody's questioning Anissa's.
Because everybody knows Anissa's coat riding right now.
Fair.
Yeah.
And top 5, actually, my number 1 person for this episode, and you can call it bias, whatever, it's Wes. I think Wes had the best episode out of anybody. I think he got everybody off his back. I think he made alliances. I think he outperformed almost everybody in the daily challenge on that first swim, which he's supposed to do, I guess. He's a good swimmer. But he also got Natalie to stay with him. Like, I think that all those things are such positives for Wes. And last thing, Wes had some of the best commentary. Like when Wes was like, "Mom is hot." Like that was hilarious. When like the whole thing was hilarious. Like he created good commentary. So those are my top 5.
I'm glad we found out that it's pronounced Nam and not Nam, and that we got that shit cleared up. What do you guys think? You guys want to break apart Tyler's top 5? Do you guys feel differently? I felt like he kind of hit that one on the head. Not a big fan of the Wes vote because Wes didn't have as much control as he should have for somebody who's going to be in the top 5, even though I do think he benefited in the ways that Tyler has said.
Honestly, I think Wes got lucky.
That's what I think so too. I think he kind of
Kyle kind of threw himself on that grenade.
Exactly. And Kyle's action, and this is a good case for Kyle being number 1, is his actions affected a lot of other people, but it affected them in a positive way. Josh may be mad that he doesn't have Cam, but he has Nani, who they're both very comfortable with each other. CT gets a partner and Big T that he doesn't seem opposed to, even though I truly believe that is going to end very fucking badly, probably more so for Big T, because I'm guessing once CT wins one and he gets his goat skull, he's going to dump her.
I mean, but besides Anissa, the other 4 were the main vocal points. Well, and even CT a little bit. They were the main vocal points of this episode. They were just all there. So, I mean, it makes sense to be the top 5. CT and Anissa, I mean, I would put them, if you want to put them in the top 5, they would be 4 and 5 instead of 2 and 3.
No. The top 5 is just my top 5. There's no.
Oh, okay.
I just said Wes was number 1 this week. That's all. But normally it's just 5.
Which was
I was
wrong.
going to say, wait, are you doing the same grading scale as you did for?
No, it's like top 5 in no order, right? Which you were
top
wrong
5
at.
in the order, but the way they get on there is confessionals, entertainment value, performance based type thing.
Okay.
Yeah,
I was gonna say, wait, are you still doing your scale, or are you just doing opinion?
No, I am. I'm very judgmental of these challengers.
Yeah.
Aren't
Yeah,
we
I
all?
can
So with this
tell. You're
episode,
very
in order to
angry
take
this
someone out of the
season.
top 5, you got to put someone in the top 5, and no one really is like that extra yet this season in order to be like considered a top 5.
I was gonna say, it looks like next week we're gonna get some extraness.
Yes, very extra
we are.
next week. Very excited.
The eye drops come out, man. Somebody puts in their eye drops and puts on their clown face paint and starts performing for everybody. We get to see those Josh tears.
I don't think he needs eye drops.
No. I think it comes from the soul. All right, guys. That's going to do it for us. Another great episode. So glad to have you guys with us while we do this. Big shout out to the Challenge Unbothered, our home Facebook group. We love you guys. I hear you guys are coming out with a podcast soon. Really excited to hear what you guys have to offer. Welcome to the podcast community. There's not enough challenge podcasts. We need at least 100 more. I want you guys to do as much challenge content as humanly possible. Love you guys for that. Also, big shout out to the other Facebook groups out there, challenge fans, all things the challenge, all you guys giving us a lot of support. We love you guys. We appreciate it. We hope to go live in the future as soon as possible. Also, make sure you visit shopthechallenge.com to get customized challenge gear, face masks, t-shirts, beach towels, zip pouches, notebooks, stickers, whatever the fuck you need, I can provide. Make sure you visit shop.lwcpodcast.com. Support the pod. Get your Love War Challenges gear. If nobody else has anything else to add, I think it's time we go ahead and get the fuck up out of here. Bananas, close us out.
Wow, it's been a very long time.
Great episode, everybody.
Yeah, fuck off.
Make sure you get
What
the
is
first
that
stars.
voice, Tyler?
Yeah, you know what?
Just
You
Mr.
say it
Rogers.
tonight, asshole. You want to make jokes? You say it tonight, huh?
Who do you think closed it out last week when you was playing handball?
I was playing softball, asshole. All right.
Same thing.
Softest balls on the East
Great
Coast.
job,
Close us out.
Hosters. Another great episode. Oh, okay. Yeah, keep talking. Keep talking.
You're good. Keep going. He can edit out his voice.
All right.
Yeah.
Oh, I just want to point out that this Crown Royale vanilla bottle is almost empty. Yeah.
That sounds so gross.
That
I'll
is
be
one of my
honest.
favorite
It is actually really good. It is really good. And I hate flavored whiskey.
I'll try it tomorrow.
I like my whiskeys regular as
Give it like
fucking
a-
Jameson's. But it's
Put a
good.
little dash of like Coke or Pepsi in it.
Yeah.
Smoke a cigar with it.
Try Dr. Pepper. Dr. Pepper or other kind of root beer.
All right.
Goes really good with it too. All right. Let's try this one more time.
Close us out.
Bananas, close us out.
All right. Another great episode, Podstars. I hope you enjoyed it. Make sure to stay updated by following us on Twitter and Instagram at LWC Podcast. Join us up on Facebook at facebook.com/LoveWarChallenges. Join the discussion on Reddit under the challenge subreddit at LWC Podcast. Also, check out our website at LWCpodcast.com. Make sure when you listen to us on Apple, Google Podcasts, Spotify, Stitcher, iHeartRadio, and YouTube, give us 5 stars, give us a great review, and most importantly, subscribe. Have a great day, Posters. Peace!
We'll be right back.